Hello and good morning. Welcome to TSK F1. My name's Rich and this is your daily dose of F1 news and obviously a preview of the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. So we're going to be looking at what tyres and strategies are expected in Jeddah, as well as differences in the track for this season. And also we will take a look at the latest news as well. I've got quite a list of different things that have happened for the circuit, actually. I've got the full FIA list, which is actually, there's tons there. So I think I might just show you how much has been changed, actually. Good morning, everyone. Please do remember to smash a like on the stream and also subscribe down below. And a little reminder that the Free Practice 1 and Free Practice 2 streams have already been scheduled, and you can go on them and click on Notify Me. The Free Practice 1 will be at 1:15 today, and the Free Practice 2 will be at 4:45 today. Really enjoy the watch-alongs. They went really well for the pre-season testing and Bahrain, so I'm really hopeful that they're going to be good for Jeddah too. But let's get into the information, shall we? So, I've not done a very good job here. I should have it in front of me, shouldn't I? But let me move over there. Jeddah. Now, this is a circuit where it's one of my favourites, honestly. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's everything a modern Formula One circuit should be. Fast, flowing. Honestly, there's a big element of danger there, and it really plays to the strengths of these modern Formula One cars with the downforce, the ground effect, and so on and so forth. I think it's really good in that respect. And we're seeing there by Pirelli's arbitrary 1 to 5 numbering system that traction and braking are both at 2, track evolution at 4, and asphalt grip at 3. So they're expecting it to get faster and faster, and really it's down. I guess there was a lot of talk in Bahrain about the type of asphalt used there, and that it was so abrasive, and maybe in Jeddah they're using something different there that evolves and isn't as abrasive, because you can see there underneath they've got a 2 on abrasion, 2 on downforce, 3 on lateral I guess stress, and tyre stress is at 3 as well. 50 laps is the race. And what do you guys think of Jeddah? Like, I realise, let's not get political about it. Just the circuit. Personally, I wasn't a fan until I had a go on the F1 game. And then when I drove it with an F1 car, I really, really enjoyed it, because it's so fast, and it just feels like you're using a Formula One car the way it's meant to be used, right? Instead of like the stupid little chicane towards the end of the Miami circuit, thankfully there isn't anything really apart from the first corner like that in Jeddah, and I don't like it in Jeddah, but the rest of the circuit is really, really good and flows well. But I'd love to know what you guys think of it. So there should be better on the tyres in Jeddah, and we're seeing reports of all different teams bringing upgrades. I think a lot of teams are really aggressively updating. And we've got more on the tyres. They're going to be using C2, C3 and C4 compounds, which is almost bang on middle of the road, isn't it? For the difference of tyres that they're going to be using. Who you on about, Gled? What? Who you on about, Gled? John says, as a circuit, it's great, always giving us entertainment, chance of safety car, etc. Would love to go, but not the best for fans. TV circuit. You know what? I really fancied going there as well, John. And like, I think due to religion and stuff, unless you're part of the actual F1 entourage, I think you're not allowed to wear shorts. Am I right? I could be wrong, but I don't think, because I seem to remember I mentioned I'd love to go there, and then someone said you can't wear shorts there, and I'd just be done in that heat. I would be absolutely done. I respect it, but I could never go because I would honestly be a pile of lard in the corner that had melted, basically. So I'd struggle. But there we are. C2, C3, and C4 tyres are being used. Now, I'm going to bring you... it never switched to live. I've been here. Is that the traditional like dress thing there, John? I actually don't know. I'm not cultural enough to know. Now, I'll show you this. This is the list of changes. Hopefully this takes you to the right screen. There we go. I'll try and zoom into that for you so you can see it, but I will be reading it out. There we go. That should be a little bit better for you. There we go. So there is a big list of changes. Now, we've seen all of the... we've seen images. I shared the images of what they changed on the actual circuit, moving walls back ages ago, like months and months ago. Please do smash a like on the stream, by the way, guys. It really, really helps. And I just thought I'd give you this list of actual changes like a cloak. I'd love what I'd wear. If the traditional dress was cooler and stuff, I'd wear it. I don't care, you know. I'm yeah. No, that's the females. So lots and lots of changes there. Turn 3 painted a curb. Turn 4 steel plate removed. Sometimes what you get is manhole covers, you know. So maybe that's what that steel plate is. Turn 5, the existing mobile steel curb has been replaced by a permanent concrete beveled curb. At the back of the curb, an asphalt transmission has been constructed with not more than 4% inclination. So at turn 5, let me have a look here. That will be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's I think that's the sweeping right-hander, yeah? So on the right-hander, existing mobile steel curb has been replaced by a permanent concrete curb. I presume that's on the outside because it's a right-hander and there's a wall, unless that's one of the places they've moved the... unless that's the place where they've moved the wall back just there. I'm not entirely sure. Turn 8, new alignment of wall. So there you go. So turn 8, that is where they've moved one of the walls back. So 5, 6, 7, 8 through here. And a lot of the idea was so that drivers could see more. Very literally so they could see more, right? Because they were decided they were difficult areas. Like... down into this section here. Oh, you can't see my mouse, can you? Into a section towards the end of the track. I think people will have a joke. Mick Schumacher crashed there heavily. It wasn't... I think it was in the first season, not last year's massive one, but the year before. And it's like a very quick left-right-hander onto the final DRS. And I think they've moved the wall back there as well so drivers can see more. Turn 10, new alignment of wall. Yep, existing mobile steel curb, apex and exit replaced by permanent concrete curb. 11, turn 11, a row of grey Tech Pro barriers have been installed at the inside of turn 11, exit on driver's left from the vehicle opening to the end of the track light posts. Turn 11, a rumble strip has been added behind the verge. A new alignment of a wall at turn 14, painted the curb and added a verge. 16, steel plate removed. Turn 17, the existing mobile steel curb has been replaced by a concrete curb. Painted curb and rumble line has been added at turn 19. New alignment of wall at turn 20. Painted curb, steel plates removed. Turn 22 starts approximately 10 meters later. Interesting. That's actually interesting. That turn 22. 1 minute. try. Give me a second, and we'll get this up. We'll get this up. I haven't got a Jamie to bring this up, right? Okay, let's bring this up here. Oh my God! Hello, advertisements. My Lord. Right. So turn 22 starts approximately 10 meters later. I don't know what that was. Am I still live? I hope I'm still live. Go away, ads. Right. Am I still live? I don't know what that noise was that just happened. Turn 22. So this is where I was on about. Turn 22 is one of the places Mick Schumacher had a big off, I think, in the first season of this. So they've actually changed how this is all profiled, basically, through here. So we've got walls moved back here, walls moved back here, and then they've reprofiled turn 22, 23. So the turning is later. So that would make it... Does it say later? Yeah. So if that corner is later, they're slowing down this section, I think, because 10 meters is big, you know. So this is going to be slower through turn 22 and 23 for sure. They moved that 10 meters back, and it just says they've moved turn 23. Now, one good thing is that I've forgotten the actual body, but Saudi Arabia, they've listened to a lot of feedback from Formula One, from the drivers, from the safety, and also I think it was World Touring Cars or something went there at the end of last year, and that was when they first had these walls moved back and everything, and that's how I was able to report it. And they really do want to create turn 22 is not flat out. No. So as you're coming through, you've got okay. So you've got turn 13 through 14, and you're coming down through 15. Turn 16 is down a couple of gears, and then through 17, 18, 19, and around 20, you've got DRS. Through 21, and then up towards 22, you're knocking it down at probably 2 gears, I think. It is a dab in an F1 car, you know, but it's not flat through 22. It just isn't, because it tightens up on exit. It is faster than it looks. It's more of a... It's not... This is what I mean about an F1 car being used to how it should be used. It's very, very fast. It's like what Keith said. It's not flat, but it's still faster than it looks. But then through 23, 24, 25, 26, it is flat. You know, it is flat all the way out of there. My phone's going absolutely mental again. Apologies, guys. Right. But... messaging me while I'm live, people, puts me right off. But yeah, they're trying to create a really good facility in Jeddah, and everything I've seen about them has been about improving it as much as they can. So all of the feedback and all of the things that have been changed for this season are directly from the drivers, basically saying this needs to change, this needs to change, this would be better, and moving the walls back. While I, as a spectator, I love seeing the walls close. We do have to... Again, I don't like mentioning him again, but just because people take the mick. Mick Schumacher's crash. I was very, very worried, because that was turn... Wasn't that around turn 6, 7, around there, I think? I was really, really worried when Mick Schumacher crashed in that house, and people can say anything they want about him crashing a lot, but you can't have crashes like that, as a commonplace thing, because I'm old enough to have seen bad things happen to drivers, and when that car came to a halt, I'm not going to lie, for a few moments I was a bit like, wow, that was a huge impact. So where they've moved the walls back, it's my understanding it's literally the drivers saying, look, we need to be able to see around the corner better. Well, exactly, John, exactly. And look, when that car came to a halt, I was like 10 years old again or whatever, watching Senna's crash. And I know safety's come a long way, and danger's a big part of what we watch the sport for. It is part of it. No one's wrapping them up in cotton wool. If we can mitigate risk while still making it, a dangerous thing, but still a cool proposition, then we shouldn't we? I think. And yeah, that's how I understand all of these changes. Like I'm sure it's turn 20. It's so fast. It's so fast that they've literally just said, move the wall back so we can see. Like, because to be fair, I think it's turn 20, isn't it? Is it turn 20? Yeah. So they've moved the wall on the inside of turn 20, sort of toward turn 5, right? By just over 3.5 meters, right? There's no danger element, is there? What we like, I specifically remember through the exit of 13 and 14, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen going for it, and they were getting closer and closer to that outside wall. Max Verstappen hitting the outside wall at 27. Like those kinds of things, that's okay. But a wall on the inside of turn 20, it's not creating a situation where the drivers are like, oh no, it's just an inside wall. They're not going to hit it anyway. So it makes complete sense to just move the wall back so that the drivers through 19 can see better down to 21, because they're going so fast. And because there was a real danger of coming out of 20 into 21 and just seeing nothing. And look, that is an F1 car flat out through there. And God, nobody wants to see an F1 car going flat out and another car having an accident and then collecting them. No one wants to see that. So it makes complete sense. So we've had that corner pushed back. And where was the other one again? New alignment turn 14. Yeah, so it's the same here as well, look. So as you come out of 13, you're going towards 14. This is where they've pushed the wall back massively. It's like 5.5 meters just in there. Through into 15 and 16, again, because there could be a crash into here and nobody sees it until far too late. So these changes, yeah, they won't abuse it to be quicker. Exactly, John, because if that wall has been pushed back so far, you'll see it immediately if, I don't know, Kevin Magnussen decides he's going the other side of the curb. You're going to see it. It's totally obvious. It's not like someone's going to just, completely yeet over this new area. You might see them. Well, no, because you won't probably on the inside see them go over the inside edge of the curb or anything, I don't think. But we'll see when they get running. But I'm all for the changes, and when it's saying steel plates have been removed, I've got to assume that means manhole covers. And again, I've seen in IndyCar as well, actually, where the downforce as the car goes over, it literally the pressure sucks up the manhole cover. Nobody wants to see that, but I think they do take to welding them down during race weekends, but they've just totally removed a few of them now for the Jeddah Corniche circuit. In fact, wasn't that an issue at Portimao? The drainage covers on the outside of the final corner. I seem to think, and that they had to stop the session and weld loads of them down. I've got in my mind it was Sebastian Vettel going over them, and it like sucked them straight up, and they realised and red flagged it. Malaysia, yes, it did. Yeah, it did. I've got memories of Vitaly Petrov going SpaceX style. So it's a good thing. And look, we can all have Russell hit one in Baku. There you go. Yeah, there you go. We can all have opinions about political stuff, but I don't think there's any doubt that the Saudi Arabians are genuinely trying to make a really good circuit, a really good facility, and they're trying to make a safe one as well. And honestly, it almost immediately went up into my top 5 or even 3 circuits when I drove it. And actually, have we had a boring race? Have we had a boring race at Jeddah? I'm trying to think. We had the Max and Lewis contact race. I think we've had good races there each time, haven't we? I'm trying to think. How many times have they been there? Twice? But loved the DRS Mind Games last year. Yeah. That's worth noting as well. There's a really good video as well, Keith. I don't know if I'm digressing here. Has anyone ever seen the video of... I think it's Lewis Hamilton, but it's definitely Fernando Alonso in Canada, and I think it's in their McLaren days, playing with the DR... No, that's too early. Maybe he was in the Ferrari, but I think it's Hamilton in the Mercedes, maybe, and Alonso in the Ferrari, maybe. But anyway, and they're at Canada, and the reactions of Alonso are insane because Lewis Hamilton wanted the DRS down, the big straight in Canada, and you see Lewis Hamilton's car slow, and it's something like within 0.5 of a second, Alonso's car slows so that he still gets the DRS. It's absolutely mad, and it's a game that's been played all the time. I just don't think we get to see it quite as obviously. Like last year and whenever, it was very obvious in Jeddah. But I think the drivers game each other with the DRS a lot more and a lot more intricately. Is that a word? Than we give them credit for. Do you know what I mean? Like, we see the big picture and whatnot on TV, whereas the onboard at the right... the onboard at the right time will show that real sort of, I don't want DRS. I bet it gets played as well down into turn 1 in Bahrain, because you want to be slightly behind, so you've got the DRS. So if you can be inside, but behind... over the DRS line into turn 1 at Bahrain, you've got the DRS down to turn 4. And I'm sure they play games like that all over the place. Now, from memory, I don't think it's changed. We have a DRS. We have a DRS down through 20 and 21, and we've got a DRS through 25, 26, and also down the start-finish straight. I don't think that's changed for this season. Let me just see if it's on the that's a Ferrari. Let's see if it's on this. I don't think it is, unfortunately. I was hoping the DRS sector would be on this for this season, but I'm fairly sure it's on the start-finish straight, out of turn 19-20 area, and then also on the start-finish straight through 25-26 as well. So there's lots of DRS going on as well. Now, I'm hopeful. What do we think is going to happen this weekend? Because from what I've read, there's not much news coming out of Red Bull. From what I've seen, there's not much news coming out of Red Bull. But Mercedes, I've seen now all over the place, have got a new floor for this weekend. I've seen Ferrari are bringing what they say numerous updates for this race, but they won't go into detail what the updates are. They might have by now, but when I was reading, they hadn't gone into detail. Aston Martin, I think, will be bringing stuff, and I think Alpine are as well. I've not seen anything come out of Red Bull as regards to upgrades for this race. Now, through Free Practice 1, do want to just remind you guys, I'll be live for Free Practice 1 watch along at 1:15 today, and I'll be live for Free Practice 2 watch along at 4:45 today. Please do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and have hit that bell notification button so you can join me on the watch alongs. Verstappen has a stomach bug. 0.3 faster. Probably. Makes mistake on pass. I think there is a strong potential for Alonso to win due to punishment of being harsh. Maybe. They've moved the detection zone of the last DRS to after the last corner. That makes sense. They're not people being stupid. Glad. Though it was fun. Hopefully the other teams have set up more suited to this track. Yeah, hopefully. I think well, maybe not Red Bull fans, because, you know, I know enough Mercedes fans to know they were loving it when Lewis was just dominant and miles ahead. And I don't think at any point did they say, I wish everyone else was closer to Lewis. But I think basically everyone else hopes that the other teams are closer to Max. I hope everyone's closer to Max and Red Bull this weekend, just for the entertainment factor. It's very difficult for me doing a watch along to keep it sounding interesting when the Red Bulls are 40 seconds up the road. But yeah, I just hope Alonso wins. Hey, I just hope Alonso wins. I think I was the only one who did hope everyone was closer. It's what you want. It's what I want as a Formula One fan. You know, like for me, I'd want Red Bull to have a complete disaster, just because it'll just make it fun, you know, because we won't know what's going to happen, because the Mercedes was close to the Ferrari last week in race trim. So who knows what would happen this week? I think in qualifying they're off, but who knows? I agree, Venom. I agree. But there we are, guys. That is my race preview for Jeddah. I am going to be live over on Pit Lanes on Twitch very, very shortly. But I'll be live back here for Free Practice 1 at 1:15, and I'll be live for Free Practice 2 at 4:45 watch-alongs. Please do come along and join me. I hope to see you there, guys. Yeah, and have a great day until see you later. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.